How do you feel?
Good, man. It's been a long process of the rehabbing and just a long wait, seeing the guys just playing and now not be able to be out there with them is just kind of like it's hard for me. But now I'm taking care of myself and making sure that I'm healthy enough to, be close to 100% and be up there with my boys.
Are you thinking through this weekend and that you'll be all set and you can get back up there?
I don't know. I haven't played in like a month and 2 weeks, so it's a little. I think it's gonna take a little longer than 3 days, and I have to get used to the running and playing like 9 innings, and I'm gonna start like just building up. Just the build up is 5 innings today and 7, and in a couple days like 9, and so I'll be able to just be ready midweek, next week.
Is your timing close to it, or is that going to be the toughest thing to get that back?
I mean, the timing is just, it's not that you're gonna get your time in 5 days, 7 days. So
Yeah.
it's the most important thing, and just be able to play defense and running around the bases and endurance and be like long games, and that's the biggest impact for hamstring, and be able to keep myself and loose and stretching and just until I get the rhythm and I get 100% healed up, and it takes a while. So I think it's going to take more than 3 days.
Did you ever play here? You were with Mississippi at one time?
Yes.
Did you play here in the ballpark?
I play here. The Dodgers was here back in the day, so it was a long time ago. It made me feel old, but yeah, I play here.
Okay.
Just a little more about the injury, similar to what you had during the World Baseball Classic. What you
Yes, same leg, just a different spot. Like it was a little lower at the beginning. At first, it was a grade 1, bottom part of my hamstring, and then second time was a more mid belly, grade 2. So it took longer than the first time. So I have to be really careful and making sure that every muscle around the area just working properly, so I don't get to injury. I don't have to step back, and just I want to be up there for the long run, just not for like a period of time. I want to keep myself healthy.
And then a question for Adeiny: is similar injury of the left oblique to what he had earlier this season?
Que la misma lesión que te dio la primera vez, que tú crees que fue peor o más leve.
Fue casi lo mismo que te pasó con la pierna, fue el mismo oblique, pero de la parte de atrás. Primero fue adelante y ahora fue la parte de atrás. Fue peor, el de ahora fue peor, y yo pienso que he perdido demasiado juego y ahora me siento un poco que me molesta, pero eso es una cosa que va a estar ahí. Tengo que empezar a jugar con eso, pero me siento bien.
He said that the first time was in front of the oblique, and the second time was the back part of the oblique, and it felt like the second time was a little worse than the first one. So he feels really good right now. He's feeling it a little bit when he swings, but I think he's gonna go through that. So until he's not gonna feel anything. But so far so good. We just been a really good rehab process where like handle everything. The Marlins handle everything the right way, and just going in the right direction right now.
And then the last one I have for you, Brian Anderson, good third baseman here in Jacksonville. You got to see him a little bit in spring training. What do you think of him as a ball player?
He knows it. Like I talked to him, like he asked me a lot of questions, and we always talk about hitting, and I remember I just told him like every time I just trying to help a young kid like this, and with such a good talent that he has, and for them it's hard to understand that the process of what can I do to be consistent, and I know the minor leagues is it's a grind where like you're not gonna have like long runs, like good runs, but you're trying to be like not like a roller coaster, more in the middle, just up and downs, like, and he's such a guy that he understands the fact that, okay, this is what I need to do to be consistent, but sometimes he get caught, and okay, sometimes that the struggle sometimes take you away from your concentration and everything. So that's the biggest impact for me, that to tell young kids that have patience, because this game is hard enough to just to thinking about 2 weeks or a month. This is more like a 10 years, 20 years deal. So you have to be really patient and make sure that your concentration and your mind have to play more than your physical, the physical part of the game.
A couple more, we're close to game time.
Yeah, but don't you ever think though sometimes that player is going to eventually come up and try and take your position, take your job away from you?
That's baseball. Like, I mean, this it's a chain. It's not like nobody lasts forever. So that's the same way it came up. Somebody was leaving the game, but the only thing I can control is my part, just helping the team to win. And everything around me is, I just want young kids that don't make the same mistake that I made, so they can just be more consistent. I feel like one of the regret that I had in my career was like not having someone to tell me, okay, this is what you need to do on a daily basis, like a routine for you to be consistent on a long run. And thank God, just give me the opportunity and the ability to find myself a routine where, like, okay, this is me, this is my personality, and this is gonna take me a long ride in baseball. So for young kids, it's more like find yourself, who you are, not trying to be somewhere else or somebody that you're not gonna be, and work hard and be consistent and be same person. Either you're going well, you're going bad, and baseball is gonna take care of the rest.
Sounds like a manager. You want to get into being a manager someday?
No manager, no manager. After I'm done, I'm going home. I'm gonna take care of my family. I want to enjoy my family.
Okay.
All right.